So this is a quick tour starting at the very front of my apartment. Begin with just messy studio table over here. Here's my studio space.
My name is Kenzie Wells. I am a third year in the Masters of Fine Arts program here at the University of Arizona. And my predicament is that my thesis show for graduation that I've been working on this entire year has been questionably canceled, but as of right now, it's postponed.
I basically have a wall of art supplies serving as a divider between my studio and my bed.
The MFA show is always a wildly ambitious endeavor. I've been here 4.5 years. Every year I've been really impressed with the students' ability to bring forward really large-scale projects in exciting ways. The planning starts 6 or 7 months ahead of the actual exhibitions.
Our joy in it, whether you're staff, faculty, or a community member, is being able to see the accomplishments of these students. They're different beasts, for sure. The BFA show is huge. There's roughly, I think, 141 works and about 80 artists.
My name is Fabiola. I'm a BFA undergrad student in photography. This semester I was getting into the 4x5. But with digital, I'm kind of in a more like exploring kind of phase where I'm trying to see what kind of digital photographer I am. I really wanted to be able to have the interaction of the community to see how they took my artwork and kind of just bring my mom and my son and have a picture taken together by my work so it'd be like a memory to cherish.
The conversations about the university moving to online learning actually happened, I think, the Friday before work was scheduled to be dropped off for the BFA exhibition.
We utilized the images from the actual console to construct a website and try and make it so that it was a layered experience for viewers and the students so that they could see their work in tandem with other students' work in sort of a virtual gallery.
Right now, I expected to be actually at this moment in the museum installing my thesis show.
Which is kind of like the culmination of what we work toward as grad students.
The thesis show for grad students in the School of Art is like, it's the dissertation. Like, that's the point.
This developed so rapidly and the news was changing so much every day.
So it just kept unfolding. Like, we got new information every day.
Suddenly we start getting these emails.
The emails, like millions of emails.
And then the next day, it's like thesis is being postponed.
Every day was worse.
The day after that, it's like, we have to close the studios.
My heart just sank.
But the issue is, since we lost access, we weren't really finished. So part of the problem is actually finishing the work. My work is shaped by my synesthesia. For my thesis project, I am basically translating images into interpretable musical scores. The nature of MFA programs, and especially the one that I'm in, they really do encourage you to think in an interdisciplinary format and to have it be something where it's very experiential. Like, for example, I was even going to have certain musicians actually physically there performing.
My thesis work, which for me specifically has been, a culmination of 3 years worth of work, was working with the environmental science program, specifically their wildlife biology program, and they're tracking wildlife migration across the US-Mexico border. And so it's been an incredible 3 years kind of working with them and working with the photo faculty and thinking of different ways of looking at how science and art can live together. It was going to be in this isolated gallery that was going to be very sensorial.
Oftentimes I feel like my work can't really fully be experienced unless it's all together in one space. And I'm often painting the walls too to kind of just really create a scene. So having human presence and human touch interact with the work pushes it into such a stronger realm. The work itself has been worked on for almost a year now, but the kind of thinking and framework behind it has been 3 years of work. Yeah.
You have to acknowledge the disappointment, right, that happens as a result of realizing that certain plans are not going to be able to come to fruition in the way that they were originally imagined. But then, resiliency, creativity, both of which I think are built into the very fabric of the arts, are really critical in these sorts of situations.
Is art changing in a way where we'll need to reach people through kind of online instead? And how do you do that with that type of work, I think, is a question that I'm asking.
In the art world, it's all about standing out to some extent. And in one way, like, we'll always be that year, that cohort or that year that had this really bizarre, moment in time, and we had to deal with it. If there's one thing I've gathered, it's that right now the world really wants art.